Snitching is snitching. I don't care how you put it. Tattletaling is snitching. Pointing the finger at somebody is snitching. Talking to the police too long in the interrogation room, saying names and saying things that they don't need to be saying, that's a snitch. Picking up the phone and calling the police, that's a snitch. Pointing the finger at somebody when that person did something wrong and you know that you ain't supposed to be doing that because of the code of the street, that's snitching. Self-snitching is still snitching regardless of the fact. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, and especially when you have that code and you was taught from a very young age, whatever you see, you talk with your eyes. You talk with your eyes and you see with your mouth. It's like the Chinese man said, wan yon tong, which means you talk with your eyes and you see with your mouth. You don't say nothing. Because once you open your mouth, now you're involved in whatever altercation, or you put yourself in a position that now they're coming after you. They're going to whoop your ass in any shape, way or form. It doesn't matter how you put it. Snitching is a form of you being called a disgrace, being called a coward, being called a punk, being called not a man. But, you know, words that I don't want to say because I don't want my channel to get deleted. But once you open your mouth, and once you tattletale, and once you say more than enough that don't need to be said, you are considered a snitch in the streets. You're considered a snitch wherever you go. People are not going to trust you. People are not going to look at you the same. So if you're not part of that genre and you want to be a gangster or a thug or a killer or an assassin, whatever the fuck, and you can't handle what's coming to you, and you can't handle that pressure, then don't be in the kitchen when it gets hot. And if you fall under pressure, don't even go to that lane. Stay in your lane. Stay square, which is, you know, a normal person, hard-working man that don't get in problems. It goes to the sisters too. You understand? And don't get in problems that don't affiliate or don't correspond to you. If you see something, don't go ahead and tell the police, oh yeah, I saw what this man or what this lady did or what this dude did or whatever. If it has nothing to do with a child, or you seen a child molester, you know what I'm saying, doing something to a kid or beating up a kid, you know what I'm saying, to that level, then that's a different story. You understand what I'm saying? Because when it comes to kids, I don't play that shit. You feel me? I'm an uncle, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather as well. I don't play that shit when it comes to that point of view, because it's about the kids. But when it comes to that real life, you understand what I'm saying? That do or die, when you out there and you doing your thing, trust me, a real one can smell a rat from a mile away. There's rats everywhere. They're spread all over the world. And one might be next to you. Might be your best friend, might be your wife, might be your husband, might be your closest road dog, might be your enemy, might be your cousin, might be your father, might be your uncle. Look at the father of the rapper that snitched on his own son, and it got him life. You can't trust nobody. So if you know that you're going to do something, do it by yourself. Don't do it with nobody. Because remember, the first thing they do when they put the handcuffs on you, what they do, they read you your rights. And what they say, you have a right to remain silent. Because anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So you have a right to an attorney. And if you can't afford one, we'll appoint you to one. You understand? But if you're not built that way, and if you're not from the streets, and if you're not real when it comes to that perception and that direction, I suggest you don't even involve yourself in that altercation or in that environment or in that circle. Because believe me, a real one will smell a rat from a mile away. And especially when people talk too much. You know, you have some of those within the crowd that you chill with or whatever that always talking too much, always got a big mouth, don't know when to shut up. You need to get away from those. Especially the ones that give too much detail, too much information, and always want to spill all the tea. Get away from those. You don't need those around your circle. You don't need those around your team. Because all that's going to do is destroy you, self-destruct you, and it's going to put you in a situation where you might never see daylight again. All you're going to see is them bars for the rest of your life. The only thing you're going to see is a coffin. And all these rappers that are self-proclaiming that they're gangsters and killers and thugs, once they get caught up, a lot of rappers, they spill their mouths out. There's only a little bit that I can count that have never spoke, that have never snitched. And they rotting in prison right now. Why? Because they took an oath and they understand the G-code status of not opening your mouth. Let your lawyer do the work. But you see, when you facing 30 to 40 years, everybody else is locked up, and you only did 3, that's a problem. If you see one of your homeboys that gave that man 30 years, and you see him out in 3 years, run, get away from him. Because you know he working with them boys, like Whack 100. How many people haven't been around Whack 100 and they all end up incarcerated, or they end up dead, or they end up in a messed up situation with the police, with the feds, or you know what I'm saying, the popos. These are people that you don't need around you, like Poetic Flacco, like DJ Academics, and so many others. You will be put out there. And you need to stay away from that type of genre, and you need to stay away from them type of people. And I'm talking to everybody around the world. You have somebody around your circle, or a family member, or you chill with somebody, or you know somebody that you know that got a big mouth, and you know that they're snitches. Don't feel sorry for them, because they ain't gonna feel sorry for you if they have to open their mouth and snitch on you. They're going to do everything to be able to get away and to be free as they fuck you over. So it's best to keep your mouth shut and just be patient, be wise, be knowledgeable, and most of all, be intelligent. You know, be precise in what you do. Make your moves intelligently, quietly, because gangsters and real people, they move in silence. It's not only gangsters, it's not only thugs. Real people move in silence. Without nothing to say, without a whisper, without even you noticing, like blowing with the wind. And that's the only thing I ain't never seen in my life, is the motherfucking wind. So if you know you have that person within your crowd, get away from that person. There is no need for you to be around this person. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Right now, if y'all probably see this video, y'all saying, damn, I know this man ain't said what I just thought what he said. Well, yes, I'm saying it. You have a family member, a close friend, a cousin, a boy, an enemy, an auntie, an uncle, a father, a grandfather. I don't care what it is. And believe me when I tell you, when I tell you a snitch is a snitch, and you will get caught up. So please stay away from the tattletales, from the ones that point fingers, from the ones that call the police, and especially the ones when they get caught up. Next thing you know, everybody's in jail. Your whole clique is in jail, but you're the only one out. Nah, there's no reason for that. And if you put yourself in that situation, then that's your fault. You should know better. You understand? And especially when you're an adult. And I know sometimes a lot of people play, and they play it so well that you can identify it. But a real one will smell a snitch from 100 miles away. Believe me, they will tell if they smell like a cop, talk like a cop, breathe like a cop, dress like a cop, operate like a cop. They will tell you definitely. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I learned in life, not all good money is good money. So if you know you got to get away for certain circumstances because you will get caught up and you will be jammed up, get away. And telling the truth is not going to set you free. Fuck what Will Smith talking about. It's not going to set you free. Because when you get out there in the streets, you know the repercussions and the consequences are going to hit you 10 times harder if you do talk. And remember, there's rats everywhere. There's rats in every domain and all over the globe and all over the world. There's dirty people out there waiting to snitch on you so they can go ahead and work and cooperate with the police and FBI agents or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of these rappers are doing that. They're cooperating to reduce their sentence, to not do life sentences, and to also, you know what I'm saying, be able to get out with a plea that fits their narrative. You understand? So all that tattling and all that bullshit talking, it's not gonna get nowhere. And I don't care what nobody says, that's disrespectful. If you know the code, stay away. So that's why I always say, keep your mouth shut and don't be a snitch.